Get the upper hand on your competition with SCUF controllers. Use code OGXRAYZ to get 5% off your entire order. Yo guys, what's up? It's XRAYZ and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I actually wanted to talk to you guys about my initial impressions and review of Blackout Battle Royale, which is a Battle Royale for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. A lot of you guys probably know that. I'm just mentioning that in case some of you guys are unaware of what Blackout is. Maybe you're new to the COD franchise and you're trying out Blackout, the beta, for the first time. I'm going to tell you guys what I like, what I don't like, and honestly, I'm very excited about Blackout and its future. And more than anything, I'm actually just very happy to see the reception that this mode has gotten outside of the Call of Duty community from other content creators who maybe play PUBG or who play Fortnite, or who maybe have given up on Call of Duty altogether. Seeing them have a really happy and excited reaction to Blackout from their playtime and from the clips that I have seen really just kind of makes me happy, because I started out my YouTube career as a Call of Duty content creator on YouTube. I've stuck with the franchise for years. I think the first game that I started uploading was Modern Warfare 3. And so I've been around for a while, and I've been here through the ups, through the downs. Most recently, it's been mostly downs. You know, there's not really a lot of hype, a lot of even like positive light being shown on Call of Duty over the past few years. And Treyarch has always been that developing team that always kind of raises the stock of Call of Duty, because they always deliver a great product. Even with Black Ops 3, their movement system wasn't really something people wanted, but it worked and a lot of people really enjoyed it, and a lot of people really stuck with BO3 over the course of the past two Call of Duties, Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty World War II. So Call of Duty has been kind of on a downward slope. Then we have Treyarch come back, who, again, like I was saying, they usually raise the tide. They make it so that people always come back, because if you want to come back to Call of Duty, or if you want to try it or give it a shot again, Treyarch is usually the studio you want to do it with, because they have just financially and critically been the studio that has been holding the carriage. And so when Blackout was announced, I think a lot of us at first were thinking this is going to be some sort of shoehorn mode that was added in there. It won't be good. I personally have played the Battle Royale portion of Call of Duty Online, which is a free-to-play Call of Duty in China, exclusively in China, but I've been able to play that one. It was fun, but it was a little bit strange. It was 18 players max, so I think when a lot of us were expecting the news of Blackout's player counter, they did keep it all very much under wraps. And as more information did come out via Game Informer, I think a lot of us started getting excited and even more excited. And then when it was confirmed that it was going to be 80 players, I think a lot of us had to do like a double take, and we're like, what? Call of Duty, its engine, which has never done more than 18 players in multiplayer. We've done around 45-ish, 50-ish in the headquarters in Call of Duty World War II, but really, that's not to the level of having gunplay and open world, some gigantic map. So I think when it was announced that it was 80 players, and then most recently, day 2 of the beta, it was up to 88 players, I think a lot of us were kind of baffled. I was shocked. Personally, as a longtime Call of Duty supporter and someone who's been a Call of Duty fanboy, if you want to use that term, I was incredibly shocked. So 88 players at the moment. Maybe the cap will be raised again today to like 90 or 95 or something, but 88 players so far. I have got to say, I am incredibly impressed. If you want to take one thing away from this review or initial impressions of Call of Duty's Blackout, it's that this is a good mode. If you enjoy PUBG, if you enjoy Battle Royale games, maybe you wanted to try Battle Royale, but maybe Fortnite was not your cup of tea. Maybe you weren't into the whole building aspect of that game. Maybe you just wanted gunplay. Maybe you just wanted strategy. This is the mode you want to give a shot, especially if you tried PUBG and didn't really enjoy it, if you thought it was overcomplicated. That was the initial idea I had of PUBG when I started playing it. I never could get into it. And so going into Blackout, I was a little bit kind of iffy. I wasn't really sure what I would think, because I had played PUBG. All the reviews and impressions that I had seen were it plays very much like PUBG. And again, like I was saying, I just did not come out with the best impressions. I felt that PUBG was overcomplicated. Having the attachments, having the helmet system. I just felt like there was too much going on and there wasn't enough just action. And so going into Blackout, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because maybe a lot of you guys are like that as well. Maybe you played PUBG, and hearing that it plays like PUBG and is a much better version of PUBG, maybe you're turned off. Maybe you're like, man, I don't want to give this a shot. But after playing a few days and putting a ton of time into Blackout, I have to say that I absolutely love Blackout. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't things wrong with Blackout. There's a number of things that are getting improved, are being looked at, and a number of things that have not been mentioned just yet, but I'm hoping will be addressed or optimized better. But overall, I've got to say, going into it, my experience has been a very good experience. I have been able to play constant games and not feel angry or feel like I'm just done with it. You know, after a few matches of Fortnite, I have fun and everything, but then after a little bit, I'm kind of burned out. I don't really play Fortnite as much as I played Blackout, and maybe it's because it's Call of Duty, maybe it's because there's no building, maybe it's because it's first person, I don't know why. But I've been able to play for hours and hours, just having a ton of fun. But let's go ahead and start off now with some of the things that I really enjoyed and then other things I didn't really enjoy. So first of all, again, being someone who's been a Call of Duty veteran for a while, I was beyond impressed with the way that the world is, the maps, the design, the look of it. Now, obviously, some of the bad things about this is that it doesn't look that great. It's very grainy at points. You have a hard time picking some people out who are at a very, very far distance. But I've got to say that despite all of that, and personally, I am playing on a original PlayStation 4, the old one, which I hear people saying they've had issues. I personally have not really had issues at all, apart from the occasional, like, app crashing. I really have not had any problems at all. Every match for me personally has been smooth. I think there was one time, like, specifically one time I can remember where I felt like a frame rate drop or like lag. I don't know which one it was, but it like skipped. But that was honestly, like I was saying, one time out of hours and hours of playing. Other than that, I have been having a ton of fun. It's just been incredibly smooth. And again, like I was saying, aesthetically, not the most pleasing. It's very bright. They did it on purpose so you can have an easier time spotting people. But if you take into account how other games look like on PC when you're like lowering the settings so you can see people easier, or if you're playing like PUBG on console, you'll understand just how much better this is than that. It runs incredibly smooth. The other thing that I thought was very interesting was the layout of the map design. At first I was like, oh, they're adding a whole bunch of Call of Duty multiplayer maps, and it's gonna feel like it's out of place, like it was just placed there with no thought. But honestly, they've done an amazing job mixing zombies areas with multiplayer maps that we've come to love, and mixing in similar designed houses and structures to those original maps, essentially expanding those areas into a much bigger version of that multiplayer map, and it just flows and feels natural. I've never been running around in Blackout and I'll get to a new area and I'm like, whoa, this is weird, why is this here? Or felt like it just was out of place. For some reason, no matter where I went, whether I was in a helicopter or whether I was in an ATV or in a cargo truck or just running through, I would be running constantly and saying, wow, this looks amazing. And there's still areas I have not visited. There's still areas of the map that, you know, determining the final circle where it's going. I've been like looking at new areas where I'm like, wow, this looks absolutely beautiful. And I can only imagine what it's going to look like on PC when it's decked out and looking crispy as heck. So I really want to upgrade my PC to try to play this on PC to see what it looks like when it's like beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But on PS4, like I was saying, I'm mostly a console player. I've been baffled. I have been enamored with just how beautiful, and again, I'm not saying it looks aesthetically pleasing, like the haziness, graininess, how bright it looks, how low res it looks, but like I'm saying, coming from someone who has played a ton of Call of Duty, it's something that still baffles me every time I play that, like, Call of Duty could do this, that their engine could handle 88 players this smoothly and make the map look as aesthetically pleasing as it does and not out of place has been amazing. The other thing that I've noticed is that most of my gunfights are more of a long to mid range, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. It's something I'm not really used to. Unless you're sniping in a map and it's in a very specific area, really, the way that you play here, the gunplay with the weapons, whether you're using an AR, an SMG, shotgun, or a sniper rifle, it all has been very fun. One of my favorite times to play this mode, or some of my favorite gunfights, have been where we're just in the middle of nowhere, trees everywhere, and we're fighting behind cover, whether it's a bush, whether it's a tree, and you know, I'm running around or I'm just kind of proned out crawling and I spot someone sniping from behind the tree. For some reason, that has been a very, like, amazing feeling, and maybe it's just that I have not played a lot of other games like this, but to me, that has been just amazing, and because it's a Call of Duty game and you're doing it like that, it's almost like you're experiencing something new within Call of Duty for the first time, and who would have known that Treyarch and Raven Software and Phoenix, who have been working on this mode, could absolutely knock it out of the park. So I think that's mostly what I like about it, guys. I'll recap and add a bit here, but I like the map design. It feels natural. I'm surprised that it plays incredibly smooth despite this being their first time doing anywhere, honestly, over 18 players. The design of it is great. It flows great. The matches do feel a little bit long at times, sometimes a little slow, but at the same time, you never know who's hiding somewhere. So it adds a little bit of tension whenever you get to a new area where you have to be quiet or stealthy, or if you want to run around, you're probably going to get shot. And the vehicles, I've been seeing a lot of like mixed reception to that. Personally, I enjoy being able to control with the left analog stick and then looking left and right or moving around with the right one. It feels natural to me. I've always been more of a fan of that than I have been with L2, R2, you know, to reverse or brake or stuff. So personally, to me, I find that all right. Maybe if they add an option in the future where you can have L2, R2 for people who are more used to that or prefer that style, that would be good. But the vehicles do not feel OP. That you can destroy them rather easily. They do take damage rather easily as well as you're driving them, so it's not like you're inside this like super protective like shield that's just blocking everything. If you're in a helicopter, you're probably gonna get shot down. If you're in a cargo truck, you're probably safest in there, honestly. And if you're in an ATV, good luck, man, because you're gonna be getting shot at rather easily, and your ATV is gonna be blowing up like crazy too if you're not careful. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and talk about things that need improvement that I didn't really like, which is really not a lot. But let's go ahead and start off. So they need to optimize the way that you pick up items in game. You should be automatically picking up ammo regardless. Like either way, I think I saw Vonderhaar tweeted out saying that they didn't want everyone to have max ammo all the time. But honestly, anytime I go through a bag, I pick up all the ammo. It's not like I'm very specific and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to take this kind of ammo, because none of it interferes with the amount of ammo you can carry. You can have a max amount of each type, not overall. So anytime I go into a bag or I pick up ammo off the floor, I'm going to pick it up regardless. So I honestly feel like there's no point in having a system where you have to manually pick it up. And the whole holding square thing, it has been a little bit better. You're able to pick up stuff better, but there should be an option to just tap. It really should be an option to just tap. Or honestly, if you just have it so you pick up ammo automatically, that wouldn't be a problem either. The other thing is looting dead bodies really needs some sort of overhaul, because having to go prone in front of a bag and having to go scrolling left and right and deciding what you want and what you don't want takes way too much time. And if there's a way for them, like maybe if you open up the bag, they don't automatically pop everything out and then you can pick up ammo automatically and then decide quickly what you want. I really feel that would be a system that's much better. Also was a little bit surprised because, like I was saying earlier, I did get to play Call of Duty Battle Royale on the COD Online version, and in that one, when you killed someone, they would literally implode into multiple different things popping up with different colors and stuff. So I'm kind of surprised that they didn't use that system, considering Raven is the one who has worked on that one, and they have also worked on Blackout. So we'll see, maybe in the future they'll do a system where it all pops out on the ground as opposed to having to lay there prone and check each one individually, because sometimes you kill someone, you can't even run up and loot them because of how slow it is or how just clunky it is. So I hope they're able to fix that. I hear it might be easier on PC, but we'll see about that. But honestly, if you open up a bag and you automatically take all the ammo and maybe even the med stuff, because the med stuff is the most important stuff to me, then maybe it would flow by faster and be quicker. But honestly, those are the two biggest problems I have. I saw people complaining about the armor, like level 3 armor. Personally, I don't really see as many people running around with level 3, and I feel like you should be rewarded if you actually find one or are lucky enough to find one. So I don't really have a problem with it, especially if like I'm a good enough gunfighter and have like a decent enough skill set at shooting, then I can most of the time pick them off and kill them either way. And they probably rage hard when they get murked by some dude who probably has a level 1 shield or no shield and they're getting wrecked with a level 3. So personally, I don't have as big of a problem, but if you have a problem with it, they are looking into it. They have announced that they are looking into the nerfing of the armor, so we'll see what comes of that. But honestly, apart from that, that is the only problems I have. I saw some people saying that there was too much camping, but like I said on Twitter today, which if you don't follow me, give me a follow over there at OGXRAYZ. But I mentioned that I actually kind of weirdly, or maybe it's wrong that I like it, but I kind of like it because I'll be in the final circle and I'll be like proned out around, you know, some grassy, rocky area trying to strategize where the best position is, where I won't give myself away. And I'll be like looking around. It's like very like tense. It's very heart pumping to be in that situation, and then as the storm comes in, suddenly like 5 or 6 dudes pop out of the bushes or something, and they all start running towards the circle or trying to get closer, and it just creates this weird dynamic where you're trying to crawl and be stealthy and not give away your position, and at the same time other people are doing that. And when they're forced to reveal cover, it creates this weird engagement where one guy shoots another one stops by, and you know, sometimes you decide, maybe I don't want to engage those 3 people, maybe I want to get the high ground in the circle, and then I'll engage them. So it creates a very tense situation. I kind of like it. If there was a way to make it so it gets faster to that point where you're maybe stealthier towards the final circle, that'd be awesome, because it does feel like sometimes there's just a bunch of dudes hiding inside houses when it's the first circle, and it's like, my boy, let's speed this up. What are you doing? So hopefully they find a way to make it so when it first starts off, it's a little bit quicker with engagements. Whether that be they bump it up to 100 players or maybe even more than 100, maybe 115 players, I don't know. But that first portion there should be a little bit faster, you know, trying to stop the camping a bit. And that end game where it's like stealthier and you're hiding and you're, you know, hiding in bushes and crawling, I personally like that. Maybe some of you guys don't. Anyways, guys, so that is my initial impressions and review of the Blackout beta. I wanted to give you guys my perspective on everything. I rambled on way longer than I thought I was. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, drop a like and a favorite. It is super, super appreciated. It helps the channel out a ton. And if you are new to the channel, if you want to see even more content like this, a lot more Blackout and Fortnite content, news, info, rumors, leaks, and more. So if any of that sounds interesting, if you enjoy it, then make sure you guys are subscribed and have those notifications on by hitting that little bell icon next to the subscription button. If you guys do want to support the channel directly, you don't have to, but if you do want to, you can check out my channel memberships. You get access to early content, exclusive videos, and the special badge that shows up in all of my live streams and in the comment sections of all my videos. So check that out only if you are willing and able to. If you want to talk about anything, Twitter is the best place to do so. I am constantly talking over there. So if you want to talk, go ahead and give me a follow over there at OGXRAYZ. I'll have a link down in the description below, along with links to my gaming second channel for even more content from me. But you guys have an awesome day. Take care. I'm out. Peace. 120.
Wait for them. Get on top. Do they see you?
I don't know.
They don't see you. They don't see you. Wait for it. They're gonna take the ATV, dude.
Should we start shooting at him?
Yep.
I got his friend. It's just one guy behind the house.
Alright, get him, get him, get him. I stunned the wrong guy. I went for the wrong guy. See if you come over here. If you can. If not, just... Rayz, you're open, dude. Be careful. He's by the back, to the left, right there, to the left. Keep going, he went inside. Be careful. You're to the right, outside.
Got him.
There we go.
Shoot.
Good shit, come revive me if you can. Holy crap, dude. I stunned his friend, and I thought his friend was the one that was alive. And he was already down, so then he shot him. Wait, I got some, we gotta get these people. We got loot, we're good. We got loot. Look, there's med kits here and everything.
Okay.
Check the other guy.
Forgot I had bandages, bro. Luckily, we have that ATV.
Yeah, we're good. The good thing is the bandages heal you up completely, so. Alright, dude. Check that other guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting him right now. Okay.
Alright, hold on. I need to get this rampart and then... Alright, you ready? Where's the ATV?
Yep, right here where I'm at. Just get on with me.
Alright, let's go.
Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone.
Alright, that was good, dude. Be careful, don't go too crazy. You might get damaged. But that's just probably the storm hitting us. Yo, thank God for that ATV. Because if not, we probably wouldn't have made it, bro.
No! Bro.
Does the storm damage the ATV or was it already fucked?
I think it damages the ATV. I think it was like slightly messed up and the storm finished the job.
My dude.